Happy Sunday, folks. Hopefully you're having a good weekend. In this video, we're going to get into your guys' questions here. I'm going to go over the questions that you sent in throughout the week and give you my thoughts on these questions. It ranges from the NFL draft to free agency to trades, all that lovely stuff in this video. And without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump into it right now. Let's get this one on here. And we're going to start with, should the Lions sign a wide receiver in free agency? The only way that I want to see the Detroit Lions sign a free agent wide receiver is the first if Josh Reynolds doesn't come back, Donovan Peoples-Jones does not come back. They're the two free agent wide receivers that we currently have, and I like both of them. But what if they don't want to pay Josh Reynolds? Well, then you can go to other wide receivers like Calvin Ridley, who is a free agent. You got other receivers out there that the Lions could look to pick up. But I don't see the Lions signing one of these receivers if a Josh Reynolds comes back or Donovan Peoples-Jones. Well, maybe, just depending on the DPJ one. But it's really the replacement of Josh Reynolds. That's the big deal, right? So who's going to replace Josh Reynolds if he leaves? That would be a situation then I would look at acquiring a wide receiver in free agency, because Josh Reynolds put up 600 yards. He was a big piece of this offense this year. He was. So if he doesn't return, we're going to have a supplement for him. It's the same thing with the year before with DJ Chark. So you constantly kind of reshuffle these guys. You need to have a big piece there. Jameson Williams is going to be our number 2 wide receiver. So the Lions are pretty good there. I would like them to bring back Josh Reynolds. I would. That's what I'd like to see. That would be the wide receiver I'd like the Lions to sign in free agency. Bring your own guys back. But they could if he doesn't. Should the Lions sign Chris Jones, defensive tackle from the Kansas City Chiefs? No, I don't think. I mean, I'd love for him to sign, right? But it's not going to happen. He's going to command way too much money. $30+ million. And we're about to hand St. Brown a gigantic contract, $26 to $28 million. Then you got Lee McNeil, who we're going to sign a contract to. So I don't see the Lions getting Chris Jones. I mean, he would be great on this defensive line. It's not like I wouldn't want that to happen. He would be great. Let me know in the comments. Do you guys want to sign Chris Jones? Y for yes and for no. But I think it's all about money when it comes to him. And he's gonna get a mega deal, and we just don't got the money to do multi-mega deals in free agency. We don't have the money. We have to sign our own guys for the now and the future. The Penei Sewells and Aiden Hutchinson's coming up. We got to focus on our own guys with mega deals. He'd be great, though. Make no mistake about it, the defensive line would be significantly upgraded. It would be awesome to have him on this team. Aiden Hutchinson would get freed up. Lee McNeil get freed up. They drafted another edge rusher. He would just open everything up. But, man, it's just really difficult. Really, really difficult to bring him in with the money that he wants. So I'm going to say I would love for him to here, but he's not going to be here just because of the money. It's just too difficult for us to do that. But again, let me know in the comment section. Would you bring in Chris Jones from the Kansas City Chiefs to anchor the Lions' defensive line for many years? Y for yes and for no. Next question. Do you see any trades occurring this offseason? Yeah, there's absolutely going to be trades. There's going to be little trades, and there's going to be probably bigger trades. Little trades is when they're trying to get to the 53. They're just doing little trades, maybe a player swap. Nothing significant. We've did that with Trinity Benson, with Riley Patterson. Small, tiny baby trades. I see that happening. In the NFL draft, I see the Detroit Lions trading up and back. Throughout the whole draft, rounds 1 through 7, they're going to be going up and down the draft, so that's going to occur. Would the Lions trade for a player right now? Possible. With the L'Jarius Sneed rumors flying, and it's going by everybody, because the Lions want a top high-end cornerback, they absolutely could trade for a L'Jarius Sneed. It's not out of the realm of possibility. It's not. The compensation would be interesting to see what it would be. We don't know that. It literally could be all over the place because of the situation that he's dealing with. Hassan Reddick is another player out there that is on the trade block. The Lions don't get pass rush and they strike out. You could see a situation where they call him up, or at least the Philadelphia Eagles, to see if they can get a trade. So absolutely, trades are going to be happening. And free agency is here next week. Oh, man. And it's going to be glorious. Get to see what the Lions are going to do. But trades will be a part of it, big and small, draft and not. You know Brad Helms, how he works. He's going to go after it. He's going to get talent for sure. So trades will occur. Let me know in the comment section, do you want the Lions to make trades? Y for yes, and for no. Should the Lions trade Jameson Williams? No. No, we should not trade Jameson Williams. No, he's not getting traded. He's not. He's not going to get traded. It's year 3 for Jameson Williams. He's our number 2 wide receiver. He's making big plays. Did well last 6 games of the year and in the playoffs. Him and Jared Goff are getting on the same page. His route running is becoming exceptional. He's becoming a physical receiver. He's catching balls. He's not dropping them. He's good in the run game. You can use him all over. He's universal. No, Jameson Williams is going to be a Detroit Lion. Why do people want him traded? I don't understand. I have him as a breakout player this upcoming season. Think the Detroit Lions will do great with him at wide receiver. Their offense will continue to explode with Ben Johnson, giving them all sorts of fun plays to do. Deep bomb touchdowns, jet sweeps. So, no, we're not trading Jameson Williams. Again, this came with the Hendon Hooker stuff of trading him. I don't know where it really came from. I don't know why people wanted him traded. I don't understand it. He is going to be the Lions wide receiver, at least for this year, for sure. No doubt about it. So he's not going to get traded this offseason, and they shouldn't do such a dumb move. You'd be taking a nice piece from the Lions and getting rid of it because of reasons. That's really it. Next question here. What's the biggest weakness of this football team? Ooh. It's a coin flip, but I'll say 55% biggest need compared to 45, 55 being cornerback, 45 being edge. Cornerback position is booty cheeks. It is. And they need help back there. Cam Sutton is not a number 1. He's more of a number 2. We need to get a top high-end cornerback in free agency, and I think they got to draft one. You need to get 2 here. You need to double dip because the corners are bad. The depth is not that good. We need help at that position. That is the biggest need of this team. And right behind it is edge, pass rush opposite of Aiden Hutchinson. It is lackluster, and with Charles Harris not returning, Romeo Okwara not returning, Julian already gone, you need pass rush. You're going to need bodies. The Lions need those positions locked up. We cannot go into 2024 with the same cornerbacks that we had in 2023. We were giving up 150, 160 yards to each receiver week in and week out. That was brutal to watch. That was absolutely brutal to watch. It was Swiss cheese out there. And Aiden Hutchinson basically doing everything. And then you need to do corner blitzes and safety blitzes because the pass rush in the front 4 wasn't getting home a lot of the time. We need to remove that, give Aiden some help, and interior as well. These guys need to step up for this football team. So I'm going to ask you a question. What is your guys' biggest need? Do you think it's edge? Put edge. Do you think it's corner? Put corner. Do you think it's interior? Put interior. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Next one here. Will Lions make a big splash in free agency? Define big splash. If they get a Kendall Fuller or a caliber of that, or a player of that caliber, I would say that's a big splash. It's not gigantic, but I'd say it's big. If you're talking Chris Jones, no. So edge or cornerback, kind of second tier, first tier mix of those positional groups. They could do that in free agency. I would say one of those moves, and it could, and I'll put in big splash of free agency as a trade as well. So they could make a trade to acquire a L'Jarius Sneed or somebody else. That would be a big splash in my opinion, and it's only going to be one of those. And it's probably the rest of re-signing your own guys, Graham Glasgow, Dan Skipper, you know, all those little guys on this team. Not little size, but little contracts, veteran minimums types of deals, trying to get the roster to 53 and keep building to compete for the 53 from the 90. So that would be what I would see in free agency. So don't get too sad if we only get one bigger name and you're like, we need to get this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy. That's just not generally how it works in free agency. Brad Holmes, don't play it like that. He supplements in free agency and gets his main targets in the draft. Our team is built through the draft. And that's the way it needs to be. And that's the way Brad Holmes has built this thing. So, for sure. Folks, continue to comment. Do this every week. I love it. It's a great way to get an extra video out there and give back to you guys. So comment. We'll continue to pick these questions up. With that said, folks, adios.